Hey guys, what's going on here? Michael Blindwood's coming to you actually in my home office from Maryland. It's been a while since I've actually brought to you a video here. I was on a what you call an excursion, or I'd like to say maybe a spiritual sabbatical. I was off in Colorado, deepening my self knowledge of who I am as a person, and working on myself really. So I'm back now, and it's great to be back. It feels good to get these videos out to y'all, and there'll be many more coming. Bringing you all lots of good content. But today's title for this video, if you didn't notice, it's is consciousness overrated? So before we get into it, I want to actually talk about what is consciousness. What the heck is consciousness? Consciousness is also referred to as being awake. It's also referred to as being in awareness, having an awareness, and what your perception is of your surrounding environment. So awareness, perception, and being awake. Now, most people will actually think of consciousness as just being physically awake, right? Because when you're unconscious, when you have like a head trauma, get hit in the head, get knocked out, you're unconscious. So many people think, well, to be consciousness is the opposite, right? So when you're physically awake. However, you can be physically awake and still largely or totally unconscious of your surrounding awareness, really. So let me explain that a little bit, really. First of all, what affects your awareness, what affects your consciousness? Many things do. And for one, everything that's comes into your immediate surrounding or is taken in through your ears, eyes, or even your mouth through food, all of these things can affect consciousness. So, audio, the sounds, the music you listen to, the images you see, the videos you watch, the food you eat, and, the people you hang out with, all of these things can affect your consciousness. And for example, if you grew up in a wealthy neighborhood as a child, and you spent all of you didn't get outside of this neighborhood, this wealthy neighborhood where people, there was an abundance of money, your consciousness would be basically your view, the view of the world would be that everyone has money, and this is just how it is. However, if you grew up in a poor neighborhood where there was a lot of violence and crime and gangs and things like that, that would be your view of the world, because you wouldn't know anything different, if that makes sense. So it kind of, that expression, you don't know what you don't know, some of that also ties into consciousness. Now, being conscious and aware, I think actually enables you to identify patterns in your life that they may be stopping you from getting the things that you want to get to in life. So having a consciousness of where you're at in life, and taking a step back and actually looking at it in a way that you're asking yourself, well, I'm at this point in my life, and you actually can identify patterns that have gotten to you to where you are currently. So consciousness is also, like I said, an awareness of what's going on. For example, if somebody walks into a room, you may be aware of that person's energy right away, and be able to pick up on their vibes, things like that. That's being conscious in the moment. And personally, I'm actually very interested in expanding my consciousness, because I believe that consciousness, there is no limit to it. So I'm personally interested, and I have a hunger to dive into and see how far I can actually expand my consciousness to see how much I can become aware of everything. Because if you didn't know this already, everybody's consciousness in the world, which is basically considered a collective consciousness, that collective consciousness is actually the reason the earth is in its current state. So obviously there is a lot of destruction going on. There's a lot of basically, man is in many ways destroying the earth over time. These are all comes from the consciousness collected of the entire world, all humans that live on earth as of now. That consciousness The best way to find out where the consciousness is right now currently is to look at what the condition of the current earth is and what's going on in society and the world around us. So, but it's a very fascinating topic. In fact, consciousness is actually a somewhat tricky thing to explain. It's not exactly very clear cut as far as what consciousness is. I looked online. There's a lot of even scientists and things that are having trouble, pinpointing exactly what is consciousness. So, I love it. I'm fascinated by the topic, and I'm just diving into it, and did a lot of work on that while I was out in Colorado. But here's the thing, folks. Actually, I came across some information recently online that not only shows you how to expand your consciousness and to basically able to help you manifest anything that it is that you're wanting in your life, to have. It shows you, how to manifest that, how to increase your awareness and consciousness, and really live a life of your dreams and things that you've been wanting for years and years and years, and also unraveling patterns in your life that have been stopping you from getting to where you want to go. So send me a private message, folks. I'll reveal that information to you. That special information, I'll reveal that to you. Just shoot me a message. Say, hey, I watched your video. I want to find out a little bit more about this, and I'll put you in touch with that. So, guys, it's been really good coming to you today. I'll see you all, guys, on the next video. Until then, stay awesome, keep it real, and we'll see you guys real soon. Later.